All right, we're going to talk about what to do when you have a whole number and you're adding or subtracting it with a decimal. Okay, so if you have a whole number, the only place in which I can put a decimal and not change the value is at the end. Okay, it was 81 to begin with. Putting that decimal there keeps it at 81. Anywhere else, it would change the value of the number. So now my job is to line up the decimals. I may insert zeros if I want with addition. Bring down that decimal into my sum. And then there's my final answer. Subtraction is a little bit harder, so I'm going to spend most of my time talking about that. Okay? Always the first number goes on top. So I have 23 and 5/10. And I'm subtracting 16. I need to make sure I insert my 0, and the only place I can do that without changing the value of my number is at the end. So now I have 23 and 5/10, take away 16. That decimal's here. I can insert a 0. 5 take away 0 is 5. Bring down my decimal. Can't take away 6 from 3, so I'm going to borrow. 13 take away 6 is 7. 1 take away 1 is 0. So my answer, or the difference, is 7 and 5/10. Okay. Again, I need to insert my decimal. The only place I can put it without changing the value is at the end. Line up those decimals before subtracting. Insert a 0. This time I'm going to have to borrow. So I'm going to borrow next door. That's now a 4. This is now a 10. 10 take away 4 is 6. Bring down my decimal. 4 take away 3 is 1. And 8. So 81 and 6/10. On this one, I have 23. Only place I can put that decimal is at the end and not change the value. Line up. Okay, I'm going to have to insert zeros. Alright, and I'm going to have to borrow. Don't make that mistake. You're not going this way, you're going this way. 0 take away 5. So I have to borrow from the 3. It's now a 2. This becomes a 10, but I've got to borrow from it, so it becomes a 9, and this becomes a 10. Now 10 take away 5 is 5. 9 take away 9 is 0. Decimal comes straight down into my answer. 2 can't take away 4, so I'm going to borrow. 12 take away 4 is 8, and then 1 take away nothing is 1. So 18 and 5/100 is my answer. So insert your decimal at the end of the number, line up your decimals, and then add or subtract.